How's you been much, Shinchi? Time for all this. If you think you saw this starting earlier, no you didn't. Okay. Let's hop on in. There are a number of things I would like to accomplish here today. Not just the event. Okay, let me see something. And we have the Varsa team. Very, very nice. And, okay. Okay. So right now, and I think these are just normal. Yep. Normal, daily check-in. See something. Final day of the... Hello! Long time no see. How are you doing? Now that someone has arrived, this is where I show something exceptionally embarrassing. Okay. So, it's a chest, and a luxurious one, that... Oh, nice! What kind of team are you trying to put together with her? Luxurious chest over here that I found looking for barrel cogs in Advance for Escoffier that I missed for a year and a half. I thought I had gotten everything in Fontaine, especially the main Fontaine Lake. But no, there was a luxurious chest that was here the entire time that I never found and saw. Oh, there was someone else in chat who joined the server talking about DPS Xianyun. Are you going for any cons, or is this just going to be a C0 DPS Xianyun? Because I don't know what the calcs are, but I imagine there's a bit of ambiguity over whether you'd prefer to have her goblet as attack percent or animo damage percent, and it probably would make some difference, maybe based on cons. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I only really ever use her with Zhao and occasionally Gaming, because even though Varus is plunge, she actually is better off on a Chevy team. That said, there's a local legend that I passed by this a number of times during a recent quest, and I never saw the obelisk. To be fair, I have been rather sleep-deprived lately. But I think there's one that involves triggering electrocharge reactions, so in that case I'd probably go at it with a Varsa team with Xianyun on it. Oh, Desert... Oh, so a normals. Interesting. Okay. I respect it. Within 3 attacks. Huh. Oh, this is interesting, because I imagine you want to line yourself up outside the circle. Thank you. That's one of them. Yeah, you gotta get yourself in a line. Oh, this is really screwy. Not in a bad way. But we missed that. So, or maybe we got to get up really high? This is very interesting. I don't remember this at all, so it's not a matter of getting confused and coming back to it, but it's very interesting. Yeah, honestly, if you want to run her on DPS, the best thing would probably be to farm the current Long Knight's O set. Oh, there are kind of gaps between. Okay. Farm the current plunge set and... Okay, that totally screwed up. Wow. This is really strange. Farm the current plunge set and then use her normal's charge and then... Well, the one thing is you wouldn't be able to hit that much with skill. Yeah, it's the Varsa set over in the volcano right here. Which, notably, is actually just about as good as Obsidian on Varsa. And some people joke that, oh, this is new for Zhao. You know, people who farmed a Zhao set need to get another one. But the issue is that it requires skill hits to keep the damage up. Which means that you would have to build a lot more ER on Zhao, because you wouldn't be able to pre-funnel with his E. Because his E doesn't generate particles during burst, after all. So it's interesting. This is really, really weird. Okay. the angle that I've got to... For... What's that? Wow. This is actually tough. Well, again, it's not as if I found it earlier and didn't come back and came back because I had trouble. It's just I never knew this one even existed. But this is tough. Oh, okay, yeah. The funny thing about it is that you know what character actually is Desert Pavilion as best in set without being even an animo character. You might already know this, actually. It's really, really funny. Really? Oh. The really annoying thing is that you can't aim it. If you hold it down to aim, you'll fire too. You'll totally mess up. So there's got to be a trick to this where you go and bring in something other than... I could not bring the jellyfish bomb this far that way. Oh, that's the issue, because it's coming from the... over the shoulder, the ripple over the shoulder. Wow, this is actually torture. Okay. Okay. This is decent. Just gotta time it just right. It's based on the vector I'm facing on, not the way the camera's facing. You know, I'm kind of glad I didn't find this originally, because this is, again, this is torture. There we go! Nice. Or I should say with Furina, that's not a bad idea. Okay, that just opens it up. Okay. Maybe I... Interesting. Okay, so it seems there were other puzzles over here that I did years ago, and I guess I just forgot about the luxurious chest in the middle. Yeah, it kind of seems like it. Okay, so what's this? It's really, really funny that I'm finding this a year and a half after. But the character who uses Desert Pavilion is best in set, although it's actually tied with Wanderer's Troop. It's Sethos. Because it boosts normal attack speed and charged attack damage, for example. And the damage percent's just really, really nice for him. Because he doesn't get a lot out of Thundering Fury, to be honest, because Thundering Fury's good on characters who want to use their skill a lot and need help having uptime. For example, Korin Kaching, because Kaching was not able to have 100% infusion uptime until, really, they put out Dendro so she could use Thundering Fury and have it, you know, not suck, because there were I guess you could kinda use her Taser, but the joke writes itself. Okay, the next thing I want to do is craft Chainbreaker for Chasca, actually, because I'm going to be using her for the event. Decided to finally just get around to it. Oh, but that's right, I need to actually convert some of my billets, because I don't have them all as Southlander billets. I mean, Borderlander billets. It's kind of surprising that we don't have a Southlander billet. For what it's worth, Borderlander is probably more in reference to Nodecry than it is... oh, to Notlan. What I find interesting is that there's actually a pretty strong chance, for better or worse. You know, I don't mind Nodecry being a full patch cycle. Sneznai is big enough that, honestly, Nodecry is going to be a Sneznai Part 1. And I think most people complaining about Nodecry existing are people who don't like the game and want it to get over with ending so they can quit. Oh, wait. Source mechanism salvage parts. Oh, these are new fish. Interesting. From the volcano that I haven't found yet. I wonder where those are then. But if Sneznaya was just one patch cycle, it would feel rushed, to be totally honest. So there are a lot of plot points, and even if they didn't originally intend to spread them out over 2 patch cycles, they honestly need to, so it doesn't feel rushed and gets a decent amount of time. And again, I think a lot of people legitimately started playing this game, don't enjoy it anymore for various reasons, and want it to be over so that they can move on. You know, I play this game because I like it. Speak for yourself, but... yeah, the fact that Nodecry is going to be its own patch cycle, to be fair, I think it might actually only go for 7 patches, only up to a 6.6, for a very weird and very specific reason. And that's that if it doesn't, it means we'd get the new Battle Pass weapons. They'd have to put out new Battle Pass weapons in 6.7. What I will say is, Natlan is really just Inazuma 2, in that very strong DPS, female Archon with good cons, tall female model, pretty heavily shilled, not a lot of dudes, Archon quest with some flaws, but very, very good world quest and very good exploration. I enjoyed Inazuma, but I will acknowledge its flaws. I'm honestly just glad that the current event, the EFO event that's going on right now, if you have or haven't done it, think about it. Let's make 4 of these bad boys. Yep, not owned. Already owned. Oh, it's nice that they show you now. I know that they started doing that with Battle Pass, but I haven't forged a weapon in a while, so I didn't see. But basically, there are a lot of interactions between the Natlan playable cast in this new current event that are very, very nice and create a lot of dynamics that didn't already exist. To be totally honest, the thing that's best about it is that they finally gave Mavuika something she isn't good at. They made her a bad actress, which is maybe a little minor. It's definitely rather minor, but it's nice because the criticism of her being a Mary Sue is very, very legitimate. But here we go. Let's make this, put it on Chasca, so she and Linny and Tianari don't have to compete over Sun, the Blazing Sun, and Song of Stillness anymore. Let's see. But, like I said, if Node Cry only lasts 7 patch cycles and goes until a 6.6, and then Sniznai starts with 7.0 maybe in the summer, not only is that honestly a better timing, because since the patch cycles of non-patches don't exactly align with a 365-day year, they just keep getting pushed back farther and farther. Oh, goodness. Oh, right, the flute. Got this from Standard. What a terrible weapon. So sad. And then they give it to Ayato whenever he's on trial. Okay, but if they don't put out... Oh, if Node Cry doesn't end after 6.6, then they'll have to put the Battle Pass weapon, new Battle Pass weapons out with 6.7, which would be really, really weird. The first round of new Battle Pass weapons came out with Fontaine in 4.0 after basically 25 patch cycles. Because 1.0 only went up to 1.6, and then you had 9 for Inazuma and for Sumeru. For Barbara, honestly, it'd probably be Bloom or Hyper Bloom. Depending on the situation, maybe Burgeon. If you want to be really silly, you can actually run her as a forward vape DPS. And I've seen it be okay, but it's very much, you know, a meme. Okay. And notably, only character from Natlan includes the character holding it, so only Ororon and Chasca can actually get the maximum value out of this weapon, which is kind of crazy. 0.2 and then go up to 9.6 eventually, but they might give us one for free eventually, and I don't want an R1 Chainbreaker just lying around doing nothing. So let's make this thing strong. A jade-adorned longbow, the gentle winds always seem to swirl gently about its string. Legends claim that this weapon was made in a far more ancient era by a dragon artisan. So what's interesting is that, in the new area, the Internal Mountain high-tech Dragon City, they actually talk about the creation of this weapon, which made all the other dragons angry because, of course, they hated humans. The new world quest is actually very, very nice. It got some tears out of me, which this game has not really done since Baiju's story quest, and no, there were a few when I did. Oh, End of Fontaine, but even still. But this is Chasca's best 4-star option. Kinda tied with Song of Stillness, which I like to keep on Linny, which is part of why I'm making this, so I don't have to shuffle it around anymore. There we go, and now it's nice and colorful. It's very, very interesting, to be totally honest, that all these weapons have very different origin stories, but they have a unified aesthetic for reasons that are unexplained in-game. I wonder how many Schwanwen fins I even have. But as I was saying, the new Battle Pass weapons when Fontaine came with pretty big lore drops. It was the first evidence of sort of what Natlan would be like. So it's kind of surprising to me. It would be surprising to me if we got... Oh goodness. I'd have to go around and actually wipe out a few more right now. If we got new Battle Pass weapons in the middle of a patch cycle, instead of with the start of a new patch cycle. It'd be on the tail end, not the middle, but you know what I mean. The big thing that really surprises me is just that Skirk is going to be Cryo instead of being Quantum, or Skoto, Shadow, Abyss, whatever they're going to call it. The real question is what Dainsleif is going to be like, to be totally honest. So yeah, I'm actually going to have to go and shoot a few. That's interesting. Come on, come on. At the very least, we can put it on Chasca right now. Right now she's got Song of Stillness. What does the Venti have? He has Scion, so what's on Tinari? You got Blackcliff. Oh, that's a silly joke. Okay. Completely unleveled Blackcliff. So we'll take this from Chasca. Chasca can pick up the Chainbreaker, and I actually very narrowly, just the other day, managed to farm enough of the mirrors to make her for the Chainbreakers, so otherwise I'd be running into, you know, it being the wrong day. Yeah, because of the other new artifact set in the new domain is a cryo damage set that boosts burst damage and normal damage, and very notably incentivizes characters who don't have traditional elemental energy. Right now, the only character we have like that is Mavuika. Some people think it might be a Capitano set, and I am coping a little. That would be nice. But essentially, the only other characters who could potentially use... Yeah, it is. To be fair, I think it would be kind of weird for them to introduce a new element in the middle of a patch cycle, or again, at the tail end of a patch cycle, instead of with an entirely new patch cycle. But that just means they should have delayed her release to a Node Cry, which would have made more sense in the first place, to be honest. Okay, I guess who needs 10 more fins? Me. I hate my stupid Chungus life. Again, I do appreciate that. So what character? You know, we could use Marsid from them. That'd be totally fine. Use her for the Fighting Championship event. But... the big thing is that there are only really two characters not named Mavuika who have any real chance of being playable right now, who might have any sort of non-traditional elemental energy mechanic. One is Capitano and the other is Skirk. And as of right now, we know that Skirk is for sure going to be playable. She's probably going to be 5.7 according to most people who know anything, to be fair, you know. There aren't really real leaks anymore. All we really have now are data mines, so we can know things before the patch cycle comes out, which is actually pretty nice, considering that they delayed Drip to... because almost certainly people were seeing leaks, or even just the Drip, and delaying their rolls on, characters in the patch cycle. You know, people were joking that, they're delaying Mavuika's Drip when they started doing that, because they started doing that with Mavuika so that people would, roll for Chasca. But given that they kept doing it, I imagine it did actually help business, so... what are you gonna do? Oh, 3 of them. That's actually really nice. But I really do enjoy Varus' gameplay. It's a bit spammy, but the fact that it's E, normal, normal, and sometimes Q, and you actually have to think a bit about when the Q is usable, means that she has more thought involved, which is actually really, really fun. Okay, and... we missed with that mini burst. It's got a surprisingly large AoE too, which is nice. It's not unimpeachable, though. Has a white fin, that's 2. We need 10 of the big ones. 3, basically 4, and basically 5. This won't take much longer. Been a while since I was last in Xingqiu. The last time I was in Xingqiu was actually... Oh, another big group. Farming, going around collecting the jades for Lanyan, who... Well, at least it's nice they're showing up in groups. And, frankly, I imagine that they will fall with just Mavuika's slash. One of the underrated things about Mavuika, to be honest, yeah, they're not all dead, because we missed one crit. That killed. Underrated things about Mavuika is that she doesn't take long at all to recover in terms of just sort of inactive frames after she uses her E. So she can tap the E and basically half a second later immediately burst, while a lot of characters have a lot of downtime and can get stuck. And of course it helps that she just does a quick little stomp, whereas other characters are actually moving around. But I fight local legends just for fun. Because they are quite fun. And the fact that Mavuika can actually pretty easily just avoid a lot of damage when iframing is really nice for enemies with powerful attacks. She can set up her E and then use the burst to dodge an incoming attack without a lot of trouble, when a lot of other characters do have problems with that. So it's quite nice. Come on. Yeah, have you fought a number of local legends? And somehow that didn't kill. Yeah, but as you can see, she uses her E, then she goes in for an attack, which is actually a charged attack, which is interesting. Though it's triggered with a normal input. Yeah, plunging attack, charge attack, elemental skill. So as part of her just regular attack string, she's doing plunge damage, charge damage, skill damage. The plunge damage is doing most of the damage by far. Which ones have you liked the most? I will say that they can be pretty tough if you're not actively rolling for the current characters, because they're generally optimized around current characters. The most egregious is obviously just... Oh... Bronzelock, because it is built specifically for Chasca to fight, which I was more or less okay with, because I have her, but, you know, not everyone has her, or wants to have her, so... Oh, yeah, Casio. How do you fight it? Because it very much was a Milani check, or I guess if you want to be silly, maybe a forward Vate Barbara check. But the ones that are totally unique, like the Capybara, the turtle, the ones that are animals in general, because they added a goat and penguin one, actually, which is really, really cool. Especially since they fight each other at the same time as fighting you. Or at the very least, they can do friendly fire, even though they focus on you as long as you're in the fight. A lot of very, very interesting things were done with the local legends, especially since they don't, even though they put them in Abyss, so they need to make them somewhat reasonable, they don't need to make them all that conquerable, to be honest. They can afford to go pretty all out, because you don't need to fight them to level characters. You have to go out of your way to find them. A lot of them are locked behind quest completion and just optional things in general. It can afford to be pretty tough content without people really getting all that angry, which I enjoy. Okay, so now we've got Chasca's bow. So this... Need to get the final achievement. Because they're playing for characters they like, not for meta. I could never understand that. I play to optimize. My fun comes from optimization. And it seems you do too. But yeah, characters like Chevy and Escoffier, it's very, very interesting, because it's very, very plain that the fact that they revolve around two-element teams is meant to be a bit of an adjustment to Imaginarium Theater being part of the meta, and elements therefore being a bit more of a restriction. Fair, fair. But what I will say is there's only so much fun you can have when you're struggling to beat a hill troll. But I digress. Okay. Got Widsith on you. And so these guys are actually right next to the domain. And it took a week for me to even notice them. Because, again, sleep deprivation. But they will charge into each other, hit each other. Incredibly fun boss. And for the third and final achievement, I've got to beat them by making them hit each other and killing them with that damage. Well, you mean usable characters. I find it very, very funny that even after they introduced artifact sets like Song of Days Past and... Okay, and we sent you spinning again, and we hit you, and that dealt a bit more damage. Very, very nice. Like Song of Days Past and Ocean-Hued Clam, and it honestly still wasn't worth building them for Barbara, because her healing isn't even all that good. It's very, very funny. And out of the way, as you can see, they charge into each other. Very, very enjoyable, and... Okay, come on, and this is where we get the... And... Yep, they'll hit each other. Now we need to make sure we're hitting the goat. So we need to get them in a decently close range, so that they can kill each other. Come on, and... Slam again, and... One more. It is! It is Electro, Dendro, and Hydro. Okay, we need to get you in range, and... Okay, who are we gonna hit? And... Yep, we did not hit. The penguin, which is good. So they should be in range to take each other out with their attacks. So when they get close here, eventually the penguin will put up a shield. And when that shield is broken, they'll both take massive damage, and they will kill each other. All we gotta do is wait. Haven't used your guard stance this time. It takes you about every fourth. The real question is whether the charge, even outside of guard stance, could kill. Either way, another mutual kill! Incredible. There we are, final achievement, and now I don't need to fight this thing again. Probably fight it for fun on my own time, but I don't need to worry about, you know, accidentally getting achievement because we've got them all. Battlegoat and Ironclaw. Defeat Battlegoat and Ironclaw at the same time by having Battlegoat's charge collide with Ironclaw's guard stance. They did a really nice job with all the local legends. I am very, very happy. 100% the best addition to the game in a long time, and there is just a local legend over here, so... Let's see what's going on with this one. Is this Chuper's Lushness or Regi? A feuding trial. Okay, so in beta, multiple patches ago, there was a datamon that the Electro Y would be an Electro Charge one. Actually, that might be the Warrior. They just datamon an Electro Charge one, if I recall correctly. Totally changed it. All I'm gonna say is, it legitimately bothered me because they changed it in 3.1, more or less to specifically shill Nilu. Because you might remember, you might not, but on 3.0 drop, Barbara's skill ring would interact with Bloom Cores as enemies and put out more Hydro outpulses, so she could generate a pretty crazy amount of Bloom Cores. To be totally honest, they didn't even need to get rid of that to shill Nilu, but they almost certainly got rid of it to shill Nilu. Because Nilu at least dealt, you know, meaningful damage with her cores, and here's the thing, you could have put them on the same team. You know, that's the thing. It would have made some interesting compatibility and made Barbara meta in some kind of way, given her use. Especially since having healing to go with Bloom would have been real nice. Maybe they did it so people would use Kokomi instead, I don't know. But honestly, it was a bug that didn't need to be fixed, because it made things more interesting, but they changed it. And it's one of the few times that they've actually gone and really done a nerf. Because, you know, technically quote-unquote bug fix, but it was still a nerf. Okay, feuding trial. In this trial, the Thundering Wild Manifestation continues to maintain a highly resistant Thunderous Rebuke state. Dusk Grace orbs will occasionally spawn in the arena. Collect as many orbs as possible, and if that's a Dusk Grace altar, follows the active character and can dispel the monster's Thunderous Rebuke state. Thundering Wild Manifestation also absorb these orbs to create an Electro Ward for itself. Certain duration after the challenge begins, the Thundering Wild Manifestation will summon several Dusk Grace orbs and pull them towards itself. By collecting as many Dusk Grace orbs as possible, create a strong Pilgrim Shield to defend against the monster's highly damaging skills. Interesting. So essentially it's about moving around, so you want to use Yansa and Varsa movement abilities, I imagine. To be totally honest, I'm glad I know it's here, but I'm sleep deprived. I might leave this for tomorrow. Milani Hyper Bloom, the thing about Milani is that she wants forward vape and pretty much nothing else. If you want to run her as anything other, you can kind of run her Mono Hydro, but it's very silly. She is a very, very specialized character. A lot of not-one characters are basically built to work with Mavuika, or sort of want to trigger their reaction with Pyro as part of their kit, which is interesting, especially since it meant that Kinich became the second character of the game who wanted to use Burning for something. And I do find it interesting, albeit kind of sad, that instead of making Burning do good damage on its own, it just made it so that Burning would trigger strong damage in and of itself from other skills in the same way that Emily works, which of course means Emily Kinich synergy, you know. Though to be fair, Emily needs Kinich more than Kinich needs Emily. But either way... And again, exactly, it means that they're characters who don't really need a bunch of elements on their team to work, which makes them good for theater. But as fun as not-gone characters' gameplay is, pretty much all of them, ironically, except for Mavuika, have very, very interesting playstyles. You know, the whole thing with Kinich moves around in circles, Milani hits enemies before going in for one big hit. Varus has got rudimentary combo mechanics just in base. Because if you play Hu-Tao or you play Kui, you can optimize quote-unquote combos for inputs to make them work better. But that's not really just base and kit, with Varsa having to weave E's, Q's, normals, well, skills, burst, normals, just on a regular basis, and think situationally that's just her base gameplay, which I really do enjoy. But in terms of team comps, and okay, she's stuck. Luckily, she's free now. Okay. But as I was saying, they do tend to have pretty restrictive team comps, Mavuika being the worst offender, which was certainly in part to make sure that power creep wasn't as bad as it could have been, and I do respect that. Some people who I hate and whose opinion I don't respect, especially because, you know, they're Star Rail players, so they're used to power creep, and God forbid they like hard power creep. The exploration stuff, Nightsoul stuff, it could have been executed better, but part of the reason it was done was to avoid true hard power creep. Of course, then they made Mavuika and it kind of flew out the window, but with a lot of other characters, some amount of effort was put in, and I did respect that. I did appreciate that. But it did require making restrictive team comps. Again, the fact that Mavuika needs Nightsoul consumption makes her very, very hard to run. She has literally two teams. She has Yelan, Bennett, Citlali, and then, if you want to be slightly sillier, Bennett, and then probably Yelan, and then Furina. But you still need a number of limited characters to make that team work, and otherwise, she's not going to be doing all that much. To the point that in that same patch cycle, I believe it was the same, might have been the one right after, but when Hoyo was promoting Arla on their Twitter, they explicitly stated, Arla has flexible team comps. You can run her with pretty much anybody. As an explicit strength. They didn't explicitly contrast it. They didn't say Mavuika, but she was very much the giant motorcycle in the room at that time that she needed a bunch of characters, one of whom had run 2 patch cycles back and didn't get a rerun until this patch cycle just now, to make a team that really did anything. Even disregarding constellations in the weapon, which I went and got, you know, and again, very funny because it also gives her some level of contrast to Arla, Point of Dishonor. She also has a weapon that has a specific sort of a glamour effect just for her. It's not as drastic as the Scythe, which is... There's a reason that Mavuika's Claymore and Arla's Scythe are the only 2 limited personal weapons I've got, but... still, it... Very, very silly. Again, if I were in charge and cared solely about the health of the game and not making money, I would have made Mavuika basically a Nightsoul Furina that gives everyone a Nightsoul mode and lets everyone use Obsidian, yada yada. Maybe with a DPS mode, I guess, but the silliest thing about it, especially since I imagine part of it is that it might have reflected an earlier Mavuika kit idea, because I imagine that cutscenes are finalized far, far before kit designs. Especially since this was in 5.1 and Mavuika came out in 5.3. At the end of the 5.1 Archon quest, there's a cutscene where she gives everyone a Nightsoul's Blessing state. As in a red one, not their own, a specifically Mavuika Nightsoul state. And it makes it somewhat obvious that, hey, they probably had the idea to make Mavuika's thing giving everyone a Nightsoul state so everyone can use Nightsoul's Blessing and associated artifact sets, and then they didn't do that. So it... you know, there's only so much you can tell without the devs going outright saying, and I doubt they ever would, yeah, we changed the idea behind Mavuika so that people would have to roll for or rerun more Mavuika characters to... not want characters to make her work at all when she was previously going to be a Nightsoul Furina that was going to shift the meta in some way. You know, and again, it wouldn't be as much of a meta shift because... all that would do is make pretty much every character able to use the Nightsoul set, which I suppose is less of a stringent requirement and a bit more flexible than requiring running Furina and a healer to make any character be able to use Marchase, but still, it'd be a bit of a meta shift. It would give her strength specifically as a support, but unless, I suppose... you know, she can kind of work as an off-field pyro for Milani, but aside from that, she is a selfish DPS. First and foremost. Except for, I suppose, Varus teams. And frankly, that's part of like why I enjoy running Varus teams, because it forces Mavuika to sit back and let someone else have the spotlight, even though she's on the team, you know. Sit in the chair. But, okay. So let's go ahead and actually do the event. Unlimited Fighting Championship. UFC. So what you're saying is this is going to turn me into a worse and more hateful person. No niceties, no holds barred, and no lofty pretenses of glory in battle. This is a raw, all-out, and honest brawl as the clean-cut sterility of traditional bouts left you falling asleep from boredom. If you're not in Nutland's underground fighting ring, a new tournament is shaping up to be exactly what you're looking for. Xingqiu Aeonblight's End, and this is the one with Chasca, and it's the reason that I have Chasca team, that I made her bow. So for this, you want to run in the Unlimited Fighting Championship. Each stage consists of 2 rounds of combat. The first half of the battle, travelers need to level up in the manner specified by the arena rules and try to increase their support level as much as possible. When the first half ends, the higher the support level, the more buffs gained for the second half. In the second half of the battle, travelers have a limited time, and most notably, you start off with 0 energy. The start of the second half, which is crazy, to utilize the buffs bestowed by their support level to deplete as many of the boss's HP bars as possible in order to earn higher level medals and rewards. Each time an enemy's shield is destroyed, the support level will increase, and you want to use an Animo. Damage increased by 20%, Power 100 Electric Crowd attacks hit, Shockwave dealing true damage once every 3, penalty for each element type, so you want to use Chasca. Damage increased by 100%, increased by 40%, calculated independently, attack increased by 80%, and Chasca once attack, because she can't really benefit from one single type of elemental damage buff. So, it would be... what kind of pure Animo team could we make work? Big thing is... we need to put Sac Frags and Sucrose' set back on you. So right now Dehya's actually holding that. This is pretty similar to the 5.0 combat event, where he got buffs from doing a sort of mini-game in the first half, and that one was really fun. Even though the second half was actually way out of my capability range, which was ridiculous. It was really, really overtuned. They've definitely made a lot more things sort of overtuned these days because there has been rumbling from quote-unquote insiders that they have consigned themselves to a strategy of catering to a smaller and more devoted audience. And combat events, and to be fair, it doesn't really matter all that much because they're not gating serious rewards beyond the platinum medals, deliberately unachievable type deal. But it's very plain that they want to get people to spend more money on the game to surmount challenges. Venti with Stringless, and who else would we want? Honestly, I could go with Xianyun on that team. We're just breaking shields. The real question is whether the enemies will immediately die when shield breaks, or whether we're going to need to do anything else special. Let me see. Character preview, and I can't change character equipment here, which is annoying. So this... Oh, but Mizuki and Xianyun wouldn't be good on the same team. Sucro's in... Not really. I guess we could put in Heizou. He can swirl and actually do some level of DPS as an actual damage if needed. He's got his own leveled set. Second time I'm meaningfully using Heizou since I leveled him a couple patches ago for Theater. Then it would be Furina, and Furina should have Fav, right? I hope. Then Citlali, who's definitely got Fav, Bennett, and then Chasca with her newly leveled Chainbreaker. Let's make this happen. Okay. Yep, no energy on either half. This is actually wretched. And here we are, and yep, as you can see, you have to destroy shields, but at least they don't have a lot of damage, but even still. Okay. And slam. Keep on hitting. Here we are, and now we can put down the burst, and this should be good again. Thank you, and... Okay, please. Now the damage is coming, they're actually dying. We should be able to manage, I hope. It's all about getting that energy up initially. Thank you, and punch, break, and take you down. It really is just a matter of... How is this supposed to work? And we don't have the max buff level. It's insane. Let me try that again. That was painful. Okay. Okay. Swirl and break. Come on. Punching. Bad. Something is going on with the connection, and I don't like that. Okay. Let's hope and pray, and, well, luckily the attack's totally automatic, but still. Okay, and... Come on, should get some energy back. Heizou might actually be pretty darn good for this. I hope. And here we are, and... Thank you. Slam, punch, and Mizuki. I should be using her burst when I've got the opportunity to do another swirl. Well, this is pretty much the worst of all worlds. It's not expecting to have no element. Yeah, in terms of animo, and to be totally honest, it might actually be some kind of mono-pyro team. But if Mizuki's on here, I do feel kind of compelled to use Swirl. Okay. Let's get everyone's stuff in, and we have lots and lots of energy, and, well, alright. Luckily, even getting hit by that is not going to stop us. Thank you. Get that shield in. Okay. Come on. Oh, that is so stupid. Why does he have no poise? That hasn't been a problem in a long time. Keep forgetting how painful. So much of this is, and Venti, thank you, and okay. Come on. Big thing is poise or no poise. We can stay in here and slam punch, and dodge that. Get through the ring, and this should be good. I hope. And please. Come on. And one. Should have been close because you actually hit one singular hit if you're close. Big thing is, got a lot of application from Heizou's burst, actually. And thank you. Open and praying, and well, alright. Thank you, and how many? Finally! We got it. It's tougher than I would like. Second half is about to begin. Starting with no energy is going to be painful. There we are, we just gotta charge everyone up. Thank you, and one hit to get the particle grab, and once we've got everything through, should be fine. Come on. What do we just battery myself? And please. I get one more hit in, that should be fine. This might be a problem. So since her crit is not all that good, and there we are. Come on. Just need 9,000, which is tough, but not impossible. Let's just make sure she collects that, and here we are. We can hit you in midair, which is incredible. Can't take me down too much. And yeah, now that we've got the rotation going, we should be fine. Okay, please. Come on. Got you knocked down. We are not going to be able to get everything, that's obvious, but be able to get something in. Really don't enjoy it. Oh, but right, the energy is also going to be a lot harder to come by because we're not going to be able to get any from depleting the health bar. That is downright wretched. Okay, please generate particles. Thank you. Should still be fun, I hope, and I really want that flat. And hit. Really? Okay. Really? You've got to be kidding. Done that so badly. Luckily, you can't hit me all that much, but still. And now you've lost the res. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Give me the Vav, and rotations are God's proof that he hates us. And we missed the Bennett. You're kidding. Really? Okay. I'm gonna try this half again. It's really just a matter of figuring out who can battle you better. Yeah, it's a gold and a gold by far, but flat may be out of reach. Not fun. Yeah, retry this stage. Carry those buffs over. I want that plat. To be fair, might be better to actually go for Mavuika, to be totally honest. Because she is just that good. And thank you. Thank you. Focus on the Fav first and foremost. It's the most restricted cooldown. And here we are. Actually, I'm going to funnel a bit of that to you, because Bennett is not having issues. Not all that much, at least. And please. How about the battering? Thank you. I messed some of that up. Wasted that fat proc. That's gonna be the problem here, isn't it? That's gonna be for sure. And thanks. There we are. Keep you still a little, and gonna have to be smart with the fab procs, but I think we can make this platinum. To be totally honest, I think this is probably going to be the toughest. And... okay, come on. 1, 2, and here we are. Furina. 1, 2. Take advantage of your still state. But again, wasting one of those map rocks is not going to be fun. Because it means we have to wait, have her on field a bit. Not good, not good. And we should hopefully get another particle. Nice, and... but that's without the Bennett buff, and I'm not enjoying that at least. Still, though, if I'm smart, we should be fine. Is this on if? And... okay, somehow that hit. Okay. Either way, let's keep going. My Chasca actually has an elemental energy recharge sands, which is fun. Okay, let's go for another. Even though the buff is gone, I imagine. Don't kill me, please. Please. Okay, and... ouch. Yeah, with a slightly more optimized rotation, this could have been a platinum. It's the Furina on-field time that didn't have to happen that caused the issue here. And... okay. Big thing is also just burst uptime, and let's go for it. Try this yet again, and yeah, one more rotation would have done it. It's an interesting challenge because again, it's can feel it right within reach, right within reach. 1, nice, we got that, and we are getting lucky with these procs. I like that. Good, good. Get that one again, and both of you built with pretty decent crit rate, and like Chasca should. Battery here. Oh, incredible. And let's... we got some starting energy from that, I think. Either way, so better be it. Better be it. It would probably be better for me to start off the rotation with Burst than end it with Burst. Given that, oh, and some problems. And no, I definitely missed the Fab that time. And that time we're gonna go for it. And one. Oh, you're out of range. Chasca can do it, but this is gonna be another failed attempt. Yeah, we have to start off rotation with Chasca Burst. And then make sure that the particles are being fed with Fav correctly. When combat events like this happen, it's always best when things are just within reach. At least for me. Things are best for me when they're just within reach. Okay, and here we are. Thank you. And just one to get the particles up. Thank you. And another one with you. Thanks. Luckily, that's not a huge problem. And thank you. And this will get Fab going. And make sure you pick that up. Thank you. And get that started. And luckily, Furina was able to take it out. That's what I appreciate. Thank you, Furina. And even in spite of that, energy recharge is just out of reach. Luckily, we had problems that time. You're kidding! You got into the air. Gotta be smarter about that then. To make sure I actually take it down. I don't imagine any of the other stages are going to be as bad. But that said, oh, that's what I need to be doing. And there's literally energy recharge food. Okay. That's right, right? Energy recharge food. You can use food buffs on this. I literally forgot. So let's use food buffs. That. Energy recharge food. No, they're adding energy recharge food next patch, and it's limited to Escoffier. That's right. Okay. Either way, I guess it's time to eat an Adeptus Temptation. That's what I like to see. Defense and... You know, if we actually took some defense food to increase max HP, that'd be good for Furina. Interesting. So HP increase food. That's gonna be... No. Not the Halva. Not the... Chevy! Kinda, but not great. The thing about it is that she would lose all of her shred, but if you can still trigger overloads, you can still give the team her buff. Especially the C6 buff. That, it would only be Pyro and Electro damage, but only her shred is actually reliant on the team being only Pyro and Electro. Cold Flame Tahina, and we're gonna use Dehya's. Yeah, exactly. It would actually be kind of worth using that way. It's not perfect or ideal, but it's very usable. Thank you, and get that again. Thank you, and get that on you. Here we are. Thank you. Let's actually feed the particles to you that way. And come on. 1, 2. And 1. Well. Alright. That was kind of a problem. Go ahead and get hit. Okay. No, you're kidding. Really? Really? Okay. No, that was stupid. Luckily, the food buffs will last a while, but that was a botch. Total botch, because I need to make sure Furina catches her own particles, or the rotation's gonna fail. Okay. Okay. And on you. Bennett, and let Furina catch it, because she is the energy hog this time. You only need one single bullet to proc that. Come on, thank you. And you know what, let's get a few more in just to be fun. Get that ready, and here we go. Start of the actual rotation. Make sure you catch your own particles, and yep, that took way longer than it should have. That's okay, I guess. And that was also a total botch, because of course it was. Well, at least we've got lots and lots of food. This should still be okay, because we've got Adeptus is up, I hope. We'll see what happens. And we're gonna want to shoot you down once I've got the chance. Luckily, that won't be too much of a problem. And come on. Shoot and shoot. There we are. Cool, and you're in the corner now. Interesting. Catch your own particles. Citlali doesn't have as many energy issues, so will live, so... You can get some of those. To be totally honest, should have done it pretty much immediately, but... Either way, we're doing much better. Much, much better. Thank you, and... Catch your own. Thanks. Though maybe it should have been Citlali. Luckily, she can easily battle herself without an issue. Let's see what happens, and let's... okay. Come on, come on. Yep. This should be well within range. Well, not going to be able to get first off this rotation, but let's shoot, and... okay. There we are. 1, 2. No ways perfect, but... come on, come on, come on. And get in here. Gonna do this immediately. And cool. Lots of good damage. To be totally honest, if I have the ability to, I should probably not actually fall. And cool. Thanks. Get that going. We don't need all that much. And... Bennett, and we don't need Citlali here all that much. Maybe I need to build Bennett with Fab. That might be what's necessary. Fab Bennett. What I really need to do is have a... If I wanted that, I would need a crit circlet. He's got a crit rate circlet. He's still got a crit damage circlet. Mostly for the ER, but... Skyward Blade's good, but... This sucks. This sucks. The worst part is if I hadn't been done with the Fab, things could have worked Really, it's just energy recharge is so much more stringent here because the enemies have so much health that they're not producing any particles. You know, I could use that because Furina's damage is not negligible. That's something to consider. Dehya specialty dish. Alright, let's make this happen. Hopefully No, I'm trying that again. We need that fat proc immediately. Yeah, 0 health bars depleted. Hooray. And that's the other thing about Chasca. She can't really use the element boost food because she's doing damage of every elemental type. That is to an extent a weakness. And come on. Let's just grab that. And one more for you. Though that wasn't necessary and that might actually hurt. Thanks. Get this party started. And, you know, I think we might need to... Well... No. That ain't great. And the time that takes. In terms of your Nightsoul points, that ain't good. Yeah, we can't afford to do that in a mid-rotation. Dumb. Do it either at the start or at the end, and the start is probably better. And you know what? We can maybe actually go for the level 2. That's funny. It's probably how we need to handle this for a given future. And shoot again, and things are tough, but yeah, the additional Furina damage is actually making a pretty meaningful difference. Thanks, and actually, let's feed that to Furina. Thanks, and here we go. Stay out of my way. I do find it interesting how a lot of these combat events are plainly based around food buffs. I don't dislike that, honestly. Because it gives food a reason to exist when it honestly previously didn't really have one. And to be totally honest, let's... Well, I don't think that proc that time, but we got that on Bennett to help that come up faster. I think we can do this. I think the Furina damage is actually going to make the difference. And here we are. Thank you. Right in range of 900. Thank you, and let's make this happen, and blast you just like that. Yep, we can do this. And just in range, we finally got our platinum. Thank you, Chasca. Thought I didn't release that earlier. Could have gotten a couple more bars, but a platinum is as much as you need. Some people have actually gotten all 9,999, which is for whales, but hey, it ruins some of the Mountain King. By igniting flame grants with pyro that will detonate doing damage cut in the boss, paralyzed for short duration. Recommended elemental type pyro. Recommended weapon bow. Interesting. Formidable foe face-off, because that started. Have to... Oh goodness. Use an elemental burst. Raiden on the first half. Let's use our own. Wonder if they gave her the catch. Yep, they did give Trial Raiden the catch, but not a decent one. Let's use a normal team. Triggering bursts. We're going to be fighting you. That means we want to run the Mavuika team, which means Mavuika, Yelan, Bennett, Citlali. Means Bennett's not going to be on the first half, so what are we going to run with the Raiden then? Bennett, Citlali, Raiden. I guess we could go for basically Bennett was the national. Yelan and Xingqiu, maybe? That's serviceable. And then Xiangling. It's not nothing. Yelan would help. Raiden's own damage. But of course, I can't change. Oh, equipment from in here, which is unpleasant. Kind of lame. So only attack matters. We'll see if we need the food in the first place. With Mavuika, I don't think we will, actually. Regardless, let's make 5 more delicious Adeptus Temptations. Escoffier's whole deal, if you've seen or if you haven't, is... Stop talking to me. I think you can just say things to me. Oh. That she basically has a parametric transformer for food, which has multiple special dishes that you can only get by using the... We got 2 bonus, nice. It's a lucky roll. By using that food parametric transformer. And let me see what's on Yelan. Does she have... She's got Scroll. We need to give her Petra. That's right. Petra set. Is it any good? Not really. Gonna go for the crit rate one, so that she can trigger Fav. And then right there. Fav, you've got decent enough. That is for the team. Bennett's fine in terms of Raiden, and big thing is Xingqiu should have sacrificial for this one. Take that from Kazuha. Flip Sandre, you don't use or need that ever. You just hold that because other people are using your weapons. Fav Warbow, 4 is good enough, but 5 is better. And Raiden has the catch. And Xiangling, does she have? No. Should be Huta with Bow of the Fjords right now, I believe. Let me rectify that. Yeah, you don't need Fav Lance. That would not do a thing for you. Not really, at least. Okay. But one of the foods that Escoffier can make is basically crit damage Adeptus Temptation, so 24% crit damage instead of 12% crit rate, because after all, it's... Oh, crit damage in terms of crit value is basically worth half as much as rate. Okay, let me see. And Aeonblight Burst use, that's Raiden, Xingqiu, Yelan, and Xiangling. Second half, this is such a tight rotation too. It's actual agony. Mavuika, Yelan. Me when the team is blatant whale bait. Gonna suck to miss these crits, but we'll see if we need it. Let's make this happen. Okay. Oh, this is why. This is why it sucks. Right. Okay, cool. Nice. Here we are. And... Zhongling is Zhonglinging. Okay. Oh, but that's right. We have plenty of stuff here. Fantastic. And... Oh. Dumb. We had to wait for this to come back. Well, should be okay. Thanks. And 1, 2. And let's make this happen. And 1, 2, 3. Kill. 1, 2, 3. Kill. 1, 2, 3. Kill. 1. Okay, cool. And get a few more bursts in. And 1, 2. And alright. Thanks. Makes you wonder if Varus it would be better. And 1 more burst. We got it. Ending on that is really fun too. Really cool. Frame to end it on. We need to get Budding Spirit. Just want to run, actually. Thank you. And 1, 2. Thanks. Get that going. And okay, cool. And that's all up. And here we are. 1, 2. Thank you. For that too. Come back. Okay, and 1. All of you blow up right now. 2. And 1, 2. Get that in pretty much perfect, I hope. And go ahead and slash. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, not perfect. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2. And thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop spinning, I swear. Hate you. And here we are, and okay, well, it's alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Go ahead, spit out your flame granites, and we completely miss. Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and cool. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 1. Well, that kind of worked, and thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay. Thanks. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Slam and 1, 2. Even though this rotation is kind of a botch, Mavuika is just not good. Yeah, there was really nothing else to go for, huh? Okay. Alright. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, the shield actually helps a little bit. Yep, I imagine that Mavuika would have been better for the other one too, but that's life. Come on. And we broke 1,000. Exciting. Here we are. And that one was much, much easier. Okay. Yeah. It's almost scary. Blaze Leilu, the Lava's Lord. But continuously attacking the boss's power will it enter an overburn state, paralyzing and cause it to receive a certain amount of damage. Recommended elemental type Pyro. Corrosion, and you want to get healing. You want to stay above 85%, so we go for a full healing team. It's going to be the Kinich Emily team. Dehya still has Deepwood, I believe. She has Sack Greatsword on right now, I hope. Sack Greatsword, nice. And Deepwood, Kinich always is Earthshaker. But it's Emily who needs to take Deathmatch back from Zhao. Alright. Very good. 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 Bennett's got what he needs. There may be some problems with his team. I don't know. Then for the other side, Proto Amber's good on you. Sean Huton's got heal on 2, and then Furina with 5, and then we should give Chi-Chi Sack Sword, have her on field to heal. And that team will have more healing than it knows what to do with. Hopefully. Oh, and for this, it was... the challenge was... damage increased by 20%, Vaporize Metal Shockwave, doing true damage every 3 seconds, damage increased by 20%, skill damage by 80%. Yeah, whatever. 40% Vaporizer Melt, crit rate increased by 15%, damage increased by 35%, 6 seconds, stack up to 3 times, whatever. Okay, reset progress, I don't care. You can change the second, as long as you don't change the first, which is nice. Sean Yoon, yep, we've even got Sean Yoon on here, because she's got nice team-wide healing. Furina, and... Sean Yoon, probably, and then... Baiju. What's nice is that we can actually... if we actually kill them, then they can't exactly be hitting us, can they? Exactly. Baiju and the Chi-Chi. And let me see. Starts with Emily, Dehya, Bennett, and Kinich. Emily can decently keep up her burst. I think she'll be able to at least. We'll see what happens. Okay. Fingers crossed. And here we go. Get that end. Come on, and heal with you, and some of you don't need your burst, which is nice. Come on. Thanks, thank you. Come on, and let's heal you, and thanks. Get that going, and thanks. Nice, and thank you. Cool. Everyone getting healed. What I like to see. Very, very nice. And, well, okay. Come on. Keep everyone healed up. Very, very good. Keep that going. It drains whatever. And corrosion is also whatever. Thank you. And keep that high. Seamless shield. And, well, okay. You know, Furina is actually not good here. Okay. Because of that drain. Okay. Who might we want to switch out then? Team-wide healing without being on field is... I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, probably Siggy. She's got decent healing just right out. Rare-ish Siggy dub. Not burst reliant at all. Thank you, and get that going. Thank you. And while they're doing things, we'll keep everyone healed. Very, very nice, and let's see. Two more, and these things they actually want to keep that going, and thank you. Heal that up. Nice, yep, Furina is counterproductive because it's not the amount of healing, it's total healing. Thank you. And here we are. Chi-Chi Baiju team. Honestly, very cute. The more Chi-Chi on-field time we got going, the better. Keep that on you. Thank you. Keep everyone's HP nice and high, and very, very good. Every chance I get to use Chi-Chi is a good chance. Okay. And here we are. Let's see if we need any buffs. Lava Dragon Statue, Stone-Hearted Final Form of Flowing Flame. Okay, and you know what? We will just keep going. Keep shooting you, and we can right away, because Kimich is a non-skill reliant character, a lot of this stuff going. Very, very nice, and come on. Thank you. Shoot. 1, 2, shoot. 1, 2, shoot. 1, 2, shoot. 1, shoot. Oh, well, never mind. Yep, this is pretty much perfect for you. And, well, we have some problems. Make use of that window, but it totally heals back up. I was not expecting that, actually. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and another shot. Again, there are limits to this. And thank you. Cool. Slam down and get that going again. And thanks. 1, 2. The burning up. Yep, this with Kimich. Very much this is intended for Kimich and really no one else. Okay. And let's use Bennett's second level burst. Thank you. And again, you're in regular form again, which I don't like. Thanks. Cool. And shoot. 1, 2, and shoot. 1, 2, shoot. We missed that again. But yep, we don't need any buffs. We are very good with where we are right now. Thanks. And shoot. 1, 2, shoot. 1, 2, shoot. 1, 2, shoot. And 1, 2. Well, alright. Take you down, and here we go. Charge that up. Slam. Some extra bonus hit, not doing much, but, you know, whatever. Shoot. Get that down, and here we are. Shoot. 1, 2. Shoot. 1, 2. Let's get as many as we can, and one more shot. Very, very nice. Keep it on. Yep. Slam down, and let's get a few more shots in. 1, 2. On the dragon. This is Keenage. Shoot. There we are. And 1,000. Love it. What are the buffs on that like again? Yeah, damage increased by 20%. Shockwave doing true damage for burning overordered virgin. So you gotta use this for... Oh goodness. No. Could kinda go with Varsa, but it wouldn't be as good, really. This is... Well, to be fair, Papal is also a boss for Chasca. It's also a boss for Keenage Lava Dragon statues. Your Varsa could kinda run. It's interesting that both Varsa and Keenage can make it work, because both of them can break Pulverite. I was not expecting them to like Keenage to break Pulverite, though it does require Flame Brand. It's what Varsa can do it straight. 20%. Damage to enemies, shred defense by 60% for 3 seconds. For on-field, damage increased by 40, 20. Burning Overordered Burge increased 50%. Attack, 6 seconds, stack up to 3 times. Yeah. Shatter Formidable Fungi Monster. Which your attacks or catalyze reactions enter an activated state. Unleash more fearsome attacks, becomes exhausted. Metal type Electro. So really you'd want to be using Varsa, to be honest, but... so then you might... Because otherwise you burn it. Dendro Varsa is not a good idea, though. Frozen by elemental reaction, support level will continuously increase, and... Who else? Well, Citlali's in here. Citlali freeze. That... Yelan and... Citlali... Interesting idea. Another Noof team. Going for freezes. We have to take them out. They won't immediately die after the condition's triggered. And that's what's interesting about these. It's not just about triggering the condition. It's about triggering the condition while defeating the enemies. Except for the bursts, really. But in most cases, though, you have to actively be triggering the condition, too. Kind of surprised that Chasca had the hardest time of it. There, the Drake is a tough boss. Okay. Thank you. And we will. I fondled Citlali so you can trigger her burst, honestly. That's how you want to do it. But Noof should be funneling Furina. That's right. Then... Yansan. What's nice is that you can make this team work even without... The first rotation doesn't really require the burst. It's probably one of the weaknesses of the Chasca team, that it really needed the burst to work, so its first rotation was entirely dead. There was a lot of lost time. Mavuika team was kind of true of that too, but also it's a Mavuika team. It's stupid busted no matter what. Okay, cool. She attack Shockwave. Let's make this happen. Hello. And here we are. Citlali and... okay, cool. Put on you, and... 1, 2... And... Let's take you down, and nice. Noof can do this, and we can keep on freezing them. And this is why it's good to be me. Thank you. It's that easy. Thanks. And here we are. Citlali, and... Oh. 1, 2... Keep freezing the enemies, and... Toss. Go back through, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... There we are. That easy. Okay. Let's get this one started. Yep, so I'll do theater right after this, and... Why did it send me this way? I never saw the backup, but yeah, that's not one. For sure. Okay. Jade Bloom Terrorship, the beloved king of fungi. Wonder if he's a fungi. And here we are. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and, well, alright. Really, I shouldn't have been using any of that on the initial rotation. But then you're not gonna get any of the defense strat, because it's this team we're using, but that's okay. And, yep, we did manage to hit, which is great. I wonder how this would go about Dendro. To be fair, it's not going to use any of its very strong attacks without us triggering its activation, so this might actually be better, to be honest. We'll see what happens. And Don't know if that hit. It doesn't matter there. Real nice is the con with Yonsan. That means she doesn't need to worry about hitting with the Stormflight Stomp anymore, but we don't have that now, do we? Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, that still completed, regardless of some of the trouble. Go ahead, make more dudes spawn in. I don't really care. Big thing is to do stop too fast, you will. Oh, run into your own cooldowns. Okay. Honestly, maybe it's a good thing when it hits us sometimes. Okay. Because it means I don't have to worry as much with the cooldown issue. 1, 2, stomp her butt. That's a good amount of time. It's not a huge issue. Nice thing is we don't have to worry about a Bennett circle on this team. This one was by far the most suited to the challenge. Doing pretty much everything with plunges, and of course they kind of overthrew the buffs, I imagine, because characters that really run plunges are not common enough that they can make them weak. Because I imagine a lot of people are putting together teams that don't really have Zhao or Varus or Gaming, because yeah, it's just Zhao, just Varus and Gaming. Otherwise, maybe you're running something like a John Yu with Melt team, but in terms of characters who can just use plunge as part of their normal kit, not have to worry about running something suboptimal just to use plunges. There aren't that many. Damage increased by 20%, plunging attacks hit shockwave, true damage once every 4 seconds, damage increased by 20%, attack increased by 80%, damage increased by 40%, plunging damage increased by 1,200% of characters' attack. Yeah, that's a lot. Showdown Apex Adversary. After climbing up the solid for some pillars and destroying the accretion mechanism, begin to interrupt the challenge of the Bolt Spear Can. Spear Can, pair 1 is the boss. Bring characters and enter the Nightsoul's Blessing state, and to be totally honest, I'm gonna just use that same Varus team, because the Mavuika team works well on it too, but it also... You have to screw around with the rotation to actually knock it down, and that Mavuika team, if its rotation isn't perfect, you're dead. Okay, for the first one, it's literally just trigger Nightsoul Bursts. That is silly. We don't even need to have them be doing damage. And Oro, and she went in because she gets a bonus Nightsoul Burst. Then... Citlali just to be on-field catalysting too. Well, that's not necessary. Big thing is putting down your... No, literally all we need is... Have Shilinen come into... Get the free burst. Yeah, that's a joke. Okay. They'll just run the same Varus team. Go Varus. Go Bapika. Okay. Thank you. Damage increased by 20%. Nightsoul Burst, Shockwave release, true damage to nearby enemies. This is... There aren't really good teams that use 4 non characters. There are teams that use 3, but none yet that use 4. True damage increased by 100%, increased by 40%. Half cooldown Nightsoul Burst, triggers once potentially received. Damage increased by increasing 90% for 10 seconds. Crit rate by 30, crit damage by 60%, 25 points of Elemental Mastery, and that's part of why Varus is on long nights, because otherwise she'd be overcapping. Fighting Spirit, okay, let's make this happen. I'm surprised that was the first stage, that was the toughest, and by far too. Okay, and 1, 2, and that's multiple Nightsoul Bursts. Actually insane. Thanks, thank you. And 1, 2. Thank you. Cool down something. Okay. Don't really see anything about it this time. That's alright. And maybe it's just me, but I almost think the graphical effect didn't show up every time there. Well, whatever. Let's make this happen. Source Automaton, Configuration Device, Ancient Ruins Constructor. Okay. 1, 2. Thank you, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's get this started. Basically start the whole rotation and then... Oh goodness. Slam down and just we run up with Mavuika to break these and slam down and get it started for real. Very, very fun. Don't need to do anything too special. And the damage window is ready right as it gets broken and comes down. So I can make very nice use of it without having to worry about pretty much anything. Wonderful. And here we are. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's nice that unlike the super boss event, it doesn't have too much stupid resistance boost from... Oh goodness. And slam. Get that. And while using the cannon. You're kidding. Come on. Hit. I'm missing that punch hurt, but we should still be fine. And slam down again. This one is definitely the toughest, but we are still in range. And get the rotation started again. 2, and nice. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we still need to be pretty tight with the rotation, honestly. And I think I'm going to need another Adeptus Temptation. And it's so easy to miss because you go forward a good deal, which I don't like. I wouldn't be able to make it to 900 even with that going. Even if I missed those, but even still, feels bad. So, let's try this one more time. Try this stage. Get our food buffs up. It's gonna be Electro Potion, because most of our damage is gonna all be coming from Electro. This is a tough one. And the Temptation, and what is your... Wait. Damage, it's... How much of that is artifacts again? That's right, well... Shield Cat. Which isn't bad, but... Okay, quite nice. And slam. Thank you. Not a huge problem. Thank you. That's right. First rotation, I shouldn't be using a single special stomp. So we want to save that energy. Especially since the rotation does get slowed down a bit. Not a huge problem. 1, 2. Battery everyone. You didn't need that, did you? Probably should have given that to Valrasur herself, honestly. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Nice. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and... Yep. Timed that just right, and slam down. Yep, there we are. Not bad at all. 2, 3. Kinetic energy scale is going to end earlier than I'd like. Yeah, we got that for the first one, not for the other. Not great. But should be good here. Let's make this happen. And thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep the rotation going in a complete state. Thanks. And take you down. 1, 2, and well, wait. Not perfect. And thanks. 1 and down here. Yep. Timed that just right. And 1, 2, 3, 2, and scales. God, yeah. Makes more shots in the Yonkons. 2, 3. Not bad, not perfect. Perfectly passable. And here we are. I think this should be doable. I hope. Main thing is, every single damage window needs to be taken advantage of, and yep, I think we can do this. 1, 2, slam, and hit, and yep. That was narrow, but we did get it. Very good, and again, even without melting or vaporizing anything really, still just incredible damage from that one Mavuika hit. Thank you, and there we are. We've done it now. Let's get one more quick rotation in. Thank you. Let's see how many bowlers we can blink. Thank you. No 1,000 because this one is hell, but 974. Got all the plats. I like it. Yeah, I think for someone who's been playing since year 1, if not, though not day 1, with an okay level of time and temporal and financial investment, I think this is reasonable. Reasonable level of challenge. I had to build very specific teams oriented towards a challenge, but it did work. Second half 3 times, 5, 40, 200, 900, yeah. Collect this all. And the later ones of 50 for the first, they're not really harder. Just so it gets to exactly 420 rewarded. Right, and books, weapon mats, and other books. Yeah, just the plunge buff was so overtuned, just because no one can really use plunge, that it was the shroom by far. And the team I was using had Pyro, and it was therefore actively counterproductive to its Res Shred. I wonder what it would be like if I had been able to... I might go back on my own time and try some kind of silly Sean Yoon plunge team. I'd have energy issues, though, I'm pretty sure. That would not be triggering any Pyro. But the Pyro team by itself is meant to be Eosvar's best, is the thing. Silver medal, and they showed out Apex average ever challenge during the Unlimited Fighting Championship event. Yay, okay. Got a blue feint. Good stuff. You know, I could level Kaveh right now. And you know, maybe I should. He's gonna be in the next theater lineup, which, to be fair, I don't think I'm gonna do this patch cycle, because it's... Oh... I'm gonna be doing that next patch cycle. But either way, you know what? I don't know, actually, if we don't need that yet. You know what? I don't care. I want to level him, so I'm going to. Okay. Come on, come on. Get all those, they're gonna be trash. Don't use 4-star artifacts anyway. That could maybe be good. Energy recharge, that's nice. That's not good. It's got crit damage. I don't know. I got space to not throw things away at the moment, so... Okay. But it's just I don't have Neos, so... Kaveh exists to just basically be a suboptimal driver for a Neo team, so, well... Sucks to be you. Okay, finally, after 2 years, let's level you. That's right, he does get EM from leveling. Forgot about that. That's oddly useful for a 4-star level up. Okay. Big thing is, though, I'm gonna need to farm more books for Aoife Escoffier. Come on, and... Which ones are the healing? And this is the only way... Oh, right, we need more Dendro Gems. That's right. Yeah, will increase. Yeah, that... It's literally just 100 and only if you use him on field, which doesn't do anything off field anyway, so... EM, yep. It's got mostly EM. With enough crit rate from substats, but he doesn't have... I don't know. I don't actually know. Oh, this might be good for the rest of the team and keeping it reliable, but to be totally honest, this is not a good off-piece. We might have to throw that away one day, but it's not as if I'm really concerned about how good Kaveh's artifacts are. Crit rate, and that's already 22. 33 at base is more than good enough for someone who's not doing it for damage and is just doing it to proc fav. I don't know. The main thing is that I don't have a crit damage. I mean, Elemental Mastery, Watatsumi said. And you know, it's okay. Kaveh is not going to be... Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not losing sleep over the strength or lack thereof of my Kaveh. And 5 more, which means 15 more of these. Okay. I will say, for better or worse, it was very smart of them to make Aoife and Oron actually have specific synergy. And literally be made to work with each other after Kaveh and Alhaitham were deliberately incompatible, more or less. Though, to be fair, that actually fits their characters to be totally incompatible, but I digress.
Yes.
Guess who needs to farm Mora? Oops. Okay. I kinda wanted to farm some books today, but I guess that isn't happening. Okay. Farm some Mora leylines. Okay. Same old good team. How much am I gonna need for the final ascension? Either way, we're going straight to theater next. That should hopefully not take too long to do. Depending how much time's left, I guess I'll do that local legend. Oh well. And here we are. I don't actually remember this one. I think this one was new this patch too. Maybe. I know that they added a number of leylines in older areas. Specifically ones that had Saurians using them. Specifically because there weren't a lot of Saurian ones. Which made Dragon Sword things very, very tough to come by. Okay. So I appreciate that. Monet. Yep, this stuff is new. They had a new one's right, which cannot one too. It's interesting that they would do that. And yep, we got enough. Fun. And now we need a bit more. So farming 4 more leylines. I wonder if that's going to be enough. Down around there, but that's the upper sanctum. You know, it'd still be faster to fall off. Yeah. Thank you. Dynamic entry, huh? Okay. A diving hip. Ooh. Wait, what? There was a... You're kidding. Is that new too? No, that can't be. What am I... What do I see here? 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. And that over there as well, that goes up, but... No, really? What is going on? Okay. Got broke of that, but even still... It just takes me up top right, I think. It's odd that that Animo slime actually seems to have respawned, considering it doesn't seem to exactly be linked to anything. It's the only time I've seen an Animo slime actually, as in the puzzle version, that is not immune to animo damage and generally triggers a puzzle, seen that respawn. It's brand new. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's find some more with you guys. Come on. And that up over there, there was a Hyraculus under there that I guess I never saw. Embarrassing, really. Volcanic eruption, and yeah, it doesn't stop after we beat the quest, which is honestly kind of surprising. I would have expected it too. And that didn't kill you. Not. Oh, there was another that I didn't see. Okay, there we go. I didn't pay attention to the part where it said 2. And another one over there. Again, they added more. Don't know why, but I'm not complaining. More for you. Let's collect these blue fates and roll them. And here we are. So now that takes... Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough to actually do it. I need more Mora. Wow. It's fine, I suppose. Oops. Really, this might be a justification for... Frankly, I should have already gotten Battle Pass by now, but whatever. Good stuff. Okay. Do this a couple more times. Thank you. And here we are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And you are far away enough to not get hit. And here we are. What? Wrong. Okay. Forgot I was not in Apex Drive. Doing so much off of muscle memory that I'm forgetting a good number of things. You need a lot of Mora for Aoife and Escoffier, because I would like to level them and skill them pretty much immediately. I wouldn't be able to do that with the Aoife, because weirdly enough, despite being a 4-star, he's the one who uses the new boss mats, new weekly boss mats. Regardless, though. Get him to 6 and Escoffier to 9. And of course, just have enough more to level them in the first place. Okay. It's been an interesting one. It's going to be Pyro, Electro, Animo in this current one, if I recall correctly, which is going to be interesting. Thank you. More of you. And there we are. How did that go as far as it did and totally miss? I don't like that. Especially since it means the Fab proc totally missed. Come on. 2, 3, and slam, and a good amount of them are completely eliminated. Thanks. There we are. Already dead. So let's do Theater. Even if I can't level Kaveh, I can at least use those 3 blue fates. And this will take me to... how much on standard? Let me see. It is... gonna be 9 pity on the normal banner. Let me see. Alright. 7. And 8. And one of these days, they will give me Primordial Jadeling Spear. Not today, though. Okay. Yeah, and they added it to connect to the ones in the volcano. That's fine. Either way, it's time to do Theater. This will probably take the rest of my time. Fantasy Truth and True Fantasy. Hello. You envisaged Echo Stage is unlocked, and let's see. Seasoned Fortune Slip. Oh. Seasoned Fortune Slip, when you hear the gentle breeze blowing over the fields, That is my voice calling me. Brother, take my hand and journey with me, for to wander alone in distant lands is lonely indeed. Let us pass through forest and long nights together until we return to the homeland we've yearned for. Breeze upon the lake, the wayfarer's song. Refreshing springs and flowers, the summer breeze, familiar streets. Each person has a homeland in their hearts that belongs only to them. When you feel exhausted, slow down a little and look to the past. It is the past, after all, that grants us the strength to move forward. This one, then. Red Sparkle. Clorinda Beto. Oh, right, yeah, Beto's got her setback, because Varsa got Long Nights, Pyro Electro, and Animo. Special guest stars. Let me see. Sucrose is there. Chasca. One supporting cast. Sure, whatever. Yeah, Mika, maybe? That'd be funny. Mika on the Chasca team, just, It's Papilla. That is for Chasca. Mavuika. Auto-select? It's an interesting concept. Huh. I don't necessarily agree. Though, to be honest, Sucrose can be there for dead weight, basically. There's dead weight. You know, this auto-selection wasn't half bad. Except for the fact that somehow it ignored Chevy? Seriously? It's insane. Dumb. Mizuki's actually not all that good here, because really you'd want to be running your taser. Kita in. Beto, Rain Slashers, whatever, I guess. Crescent, no, you need Deathmatch. Emily can't even participate. Yeah, it's just, you've got, it's so funny how, you know, Emily, Amber, Jean, those are just normal names that actual people have. I mean, I guess Thomas, I suppose, but... Okay. You... It feels kind of mandatory to put in everyone who is a guest star, even, or honestly, especially, since it is kind of not great. You're not doing much. You would be here literally as a... just to be a crowd character for Chasca. You're bad too. You're a wasted slot, and you should have Cinder City again. Okay. But you were a deliberately wasted slot. To make things actually tougher. Okay. So Papilla, that requires Chasca. No doubt about it. Should want to put in... Arla's good, she can solo everything. You're not half bad. Chevy. Varsa, also very nice. Bennett. Basically another Bennett. We need 9 more characters. Hutao's not going to be any good like this. We want to put Saxword back on you, but we do want you. Okay. Then it... She can make pretty much anyone good, and... You know, yeah, honestly. Not bad, you're always good. You know, we could put you in. We could put in Gaming. And nobody who can really compete for spawn right now except for Beto and, well, whatever. So... No, Mono's not going to be that good. I don't know, actually. I actually don't know. Oh, but yeah, we don't have any Hydro, so Auron's not going to be very good either. Let's make sure everyone's got something useful. Chainbreaker, perfect. Deadweight. Good. And you want... Give you Skyward, because no one else can really use it. Sword Girl, Serpent. Don't need that. That won't do anything for you. We'll give you Ballad. That's okay. And give you back the R5 Fab. The R5 Fab. Okay. That... Yep, still a very nice crit ratio, even without Quitsith for crit damage. Okay. I think this is good. Need about... It's 10 in total. You see how well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, the Ward and Usia, yeah, that... You don't want Chevy for that one, that's right. Electro there, yeah, we'll figure it out. As long as we got some Electro on the team to break that, that's fine. Good balance, pretty decent balance. Start with 4, that. 1, 2. That's... Basically, you need to select... Functionally 8 character select events. Yeah, okay. 4 cast members, thank you! Thank you. Get this in already. And let's go for Mavuika. Why not get a buff? Flamewind Origin. Power Swirl, Wind Blessing Pyro, damage dealt by characters triggering and their attack, triggering the Swirl reaction. Triggering the Swirl reaction. Okay, but attack buff always happens, it seems, but the Swirl... As in the damage of the Swirl itself. Okay. Flamewind Divergence. I don't need to delve that deep into that one right now. Blessing. Really want Overload, because that's actually a decent team comp with Chevy. It's damage. Consume HP for a Gale Blaze. Pyro damage based on Blessing Pyro. Take the field. Firestorm based on normal type. And we damage the corresponding element. This is better, honestly. Either way. Star Challenge. Ruin enemies are always good beat sticks. Okay. Alright then. Let's basically use up all the characters we can't get much utility out of right here, right now. This is basically a non-team. It's kind of crap, but that's okay. Alright. Okay. For Beta or Sun. And we're getting that R5 Rust with Ionia. Some of that action, which is nice. Thank you. And... Thanks. Not that long. Hopefully this doesn't matter, but we'll see. Okay, cool. And, well, no Shima. That was a bad idea. But Beto actually having some of this is nice. She can't get all that close is the thing. Come on, come on. And... Thanks. Nice. Hit like that, and, you know, not too bad. The Overlords themselves are dealing a nice amount of damage. And we actually have Shima this time and a pretty capable shield. Yeah, without any buffs going on, she ain't bad. Cool. Got our star. Probably use this again next time. And Varissa. Good. Free Mystery Gash. Sure. Increase by 1, 10 fewer. Near equivalent exchange. No. Kinda want to use both. Companion random. Consume all. Don't want that. Sure. Nice. Companion random and external audience support. Nice. That's not a bad one. Do this again. Now remaining, we have more of that, and Yansan. Let's hope we get Shabby. And we'd have that team going already. Well, didn't happen, but we got Chasca, which is good. Elite Assault. I like it. Pyro characters have an advantage. Sure, let's do this. And Yuamiya does not need energy. Let's use this silly team again. Gotten more characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. 3 more times, and we'll have enough to clear, but depending on who we get, we might want something more focused. Then we can go all in on blessings and probably get the mystery cache for them. But once I've got something like Chasca, and then Mika on there literally just to be a cryo character, the only third swirlable element character in the available lineup. And then probably Bennett and probably Yai. Orun would work with her, but there aren't a lot of Nightsoul characters who would really synergize with him in this theater. Okay. And no way to trigger Electro Charge whatsoever, at least not without a Hydro enemy. Okay. Make this happen. And, okay, cool. Okay. Oh, that's fun. I could have parried that. Let's see. Yeah, that. Danger zones, true damage, treacherous thunder. Yeah, can I parry that? Well, okay. Yeah, you can, but I timed that wrong. Misinterpreted that. Let's do that again. Walk that out. Not great. Right when the circle fills, or basically right before the circle fills. Nice! That certainly looks like it happened, right? And, cool. And come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, let's actually get the wrist blaze down and... Thanks. Thank you. That didn't quite do it. Come on. Yeah, that didn't quite do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't have enough. Well, whatever. That's sometime. That's alright, I suppose. Come on. And slam that down, and... Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please don't do anything silly or stupid. I hate you. I hate you. Okay, come on. And please. Don't do your thing. Don't do. Thank you. You didn't put up your shield. Thank goodness. That would have been a nightmare. Official's good though. Pending a random climactic showdown. Give me. good though. It's not perfect. No random companion this time. No Chevy. This is actually going to be more interesting for that. Well, we can go with a Varus team anyway. Let's go for the Overload then. Triggering Overloaded, triggering Brittled by 5.5, max 4 stacks. There we are. Cool. For 6 characters taken. This one is early enough, it shouldn't be a problem. So then... You... Oh, but no reaction. That's a thing. You know, I'll do it like this. Scapelius, Icewind, Sweet Duality, Sign P. Okay. Should be more than okay. Cool. And... Wow. Alright, we actually have enough reactions to break it down anyway. Very, very fun. Okay, and... no reaction that time, though. Bane and down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and slam down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have to worry about it. First stage. It's really bad, but... Really want to get... is Bennett already got used? No. Dehya flowers. Arla's nice. At this point, honestly, let's keep going. Should be fine. Flamewind Evolution, basic effects, don't have that right now. Defense sequence. Enemies easily grouped, and it sounds like Kazuha. Okay. Destruction. Something with Fischl and Kazuha, probably. Not less than 35%. Opponents, and this is Mushroom. I hate mushrooms. Okay. No Chevy hurts. Okay. To be fair, though, I wouldn't be able to get the overcharge bullet in. Yeah, whatever. Okay, you. Something like this. Chlorine's okay. And here we are. More and more enemies. Cool. Slam. And here we are. Very, very good. Cool. You know what? I can still take you down. Even if things are silly, we still got good damage with you, just as a character dealing damage. And keep it over 35. Well, okay. Come on. And thank you. Punch. Yeah, just kind of do a quick swap kind of deal, and well, okay. Thanks. Let's hope we're hitting the agent, and not really, no. Okay. Thanks. Ouch. Swirl that on you. Put everyone in the right place. And I... really? Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Come on. And... okay. Punch. 1, 2. 2, 3. Thanks. Moving all around, not worrying about much of anything. I like that. And everyone gets to the right place. Yep. One of the great gods of crowd control. Here we are. Give me some. No Chevy. Well, we need Mika for Chasca. I'll use that if I run into Chevy issues. Do I really need Chevy here? I don't know. Basic effect, sure. Attack buff, which is nice. Easily grouped. We could do that again. Characters who heal. Easily group, yeah, we'll take that. It's not like we can do anything grouping for climactic fights. The only time we were able to do that was when they put in the Vigili operatives there that one time. Come on. Do this again. Could actually only need Mika for that. May regret this. You can apply Electro with you and then start swirling everything. That is very, very possible. Thank you. And cool. You know what? Cool. Thanks. And the speed boost from Mika might actually do something for you. Maybe. Thanks. And here we are. Keep that going. We should be more than fine. And wow, so much that actually worked. Wow. Thanks. And take you out. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Got Black Sword, but she just isn't that good. It's sad, really. And get in the middle. And there's bombs. See you. And energy up. Punch. Thank you. Should be able to handle this. The lack of consistent grouping is kind of painful. Thank you. And might have wanted something slightly different, actually. Thanks, and take you out, and well, okay. Thank you. I think we should still be able to manage. I want that star. We're actually adding rewards for the stars. Next match, I believe, and oh, because we scrolled it off ourselves, and now we can trigger that. That's wonderful. I love it. Thanks, and yep, got the star, and it just ended itself. Cool. Next is no Chevy. Honestly, you're not good enough to justify that. Stormgale Origin. Give me Chevy. No Chevy, you're kidding. It's not bad. Final Firestorm. Searing Jetstream. Firestorm damage. Decrease Pyro Animo Res. Pyro stacks. That's better. You know, Wind Blessing Electro. 0.5 energy. Not bad. Sure. Surprised we haven't gotten that much in terms of overloaded. Explosive Orbs, Thunder Strikes. Okay. Nightsoul's Blessing, High Frequency, Elemental Attacks. Chasca. It's gonna be Chasca, Bennett, I suppose. No. Just like this. Okay. Cool. Let's make this happen. And set your roots down. I don't care. What fantasy plant? Cool. Go ahead and break it. And yep, you are fodder for her. And here we are. Thank you. And thanks. Alright. Can't do a particle catch into burst like that, which is really a shame. Okay. Lots and lots of energy, which is very nice. Cool. And thanks. Oh, you actually got the crit that way? That's insane. Come on. This is definitely an easier theater than the others I've ran. That's okay. Nice, and we'll take Yai. Free mystery cache. Mr. 1 Vigor. Chances of reroll. 1 Vigor. I don't care about that. Let's... Chances of Chevy are relatively high, and there we are. That's what I wanted. Elite Assault. Well, Don't really need Chasca anymore, do I? Now that I think about it. She was there for Papilla, so we can just send her somewhere useful. Just this. Not bad, not bad. And then... Sure. Not great, but it'll work at least. And cool. Thanks. One, two. And come on. Come on. Poplar. And there we go. Yep. It's for you. And nobody else. Thank you. As long as we've got that going, nothing else needs to be said. Even though we don't have enough characters in party to make it really work. Okay, and oh, Tempestuous Sword. Interesting. And here we go. 1, 2. Hit the wrong one. Should have been hitting the Mimesis, but that's whatever, I suppose. Yep, and you seem to be a little weaker, which is nice. Cool. 1, 2, 3, and you know what? Finish this off with someone whose damage isn't impeded. One of you here to break, another here to kill, and I guess we'll take you. But at this point, I think we should focus on blessings. Elementary Explosion. Oh, Embrittled. Pyro damage, and let's go for the Thunder Strikes. The Orb probably might be able to miss, honestly. History Cache Rare. Interesting. Figure's not full restored. You know, let's go for the more flowers. And we got the mid-roll. That's okay. Storm Guild, Divergence, Razor Flash, Thunderblade. Bolt Leap, AoE Electro Damage, Jump Ability Enhanced. Oh, so it's to let more people plunge. That's fun. Razor Flash Mark. Thunderblade, all in its path. 4 stacks. The first one is easier, though, to be fair. I'm not going to be swirling much. Burst. Okay, cool. One stack. Oh, we electro damage. Yeah, it's harder to weave in plunges. Okay. Climactic Showdown, we have the team we want. See how much time we've got in the big things at Tulpa's. Mavuika food. Where some Mavuika food? 80 seconds. Yeah, this one is merciful. Okay, cool. Alright. Oh, we got the overcharged bullet. Because of the swirl, I think? Something like that. Okay, cool. And, wow, great damage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and, well, okay. 2, and 1, 2. Alright, and, okay, come on. Thanks. Slow down. This is not going to be a problem. And that missed. Okay, cool. The one theater that was really tough was, Electro Regisvine. But that was because I didn't really have a team that was suited for it. I didn't think I'd need to target it. I managed to make it work. It wasn't great, but I managed to make it work. Question is, with the characters I've got, I want this for sure. Brilliant Blessings, all enhanced. Stormgale, sure. Free Mystery Cache. Nice. One random... I don't... No more. I don't really want one of these. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that actually didn't help. Funnel, Firestorm damage, decrease res. We always go for the res decrease, really. Power Animo, interval is shortened. As long as I got Electro, I'll probably just run Arlen in the final one. Yeah, probably. Serving Jetstream, Power and Animo characters. I don't like restrictions. Interval is shortened. Yeah, I don't care about the damage of these pseudo reactions. I care about being good for my characters. Dire Array, Thunderstrikes increase. Thunderstrike will descend. To be fair, they don't really have registered stuff going on because it's basically Chevy's shtick. I think they figured anyone who cares is going to be using Chevy already. Medic Streak defeated one initial Thunder Strike and opponents. It's going to be better because this can't be used on bosses. What we got? Nothing special. Bounties. Bounties. I guess we can use Mono Animo for this. Chevy and... I don't have enough characters of the right elemental type. So Chevy won't be doing all that much then. Well... fun for the bonus challenge, I guess. Okay, so... Wanderer will be there for moral support, and we'll... we should still be using this team. It's gonna be Mono Animo Plunge. Mono Plungemo. Holy Abyss. Okay. Thank you for being a friend. Depending on how energy goes, I might actually prefer to... I don't know. See what happens. Sort of alternate between them. See what happens. Actually, just use them as a... sub DPS Wanderer. That's what's going on. Nice. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. 1, 2. Oh, we got timing problems. And, well, I would say it hit the right one, but we have issues. Okay, cool. Oh, it got blocked entirely. Not fun. Come on, and 1, 2, and keep on hitting. Go for as much collision as possible. Yeah, this ain't bad. Not at all. Thanks, and 1, 2, and break that out, and there we are. Very nice. And 1, 2. Okay. 1. There we are. It's going to be another 10-star platinum run. Exciting. Mystery Cache effect, well, whatever. It's basically stuck. Ultimate Flash Burst. Extreme Burst increases damage of elemental bursts. Razor Flash Thunderblades increase by 100%. Their AoE increases. Let's go for Extreme Burst, sure. Direct Thunder Strike, can't use that. One additional, doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. Climactic Showdown. Electro characters, we got Yai to break the pylons, so we'll be okay. Let's make this happen. Honestly, actually, to be totally honest, swirls. If Arla doesn't work, I think I might just go for... Chevy won't be doing much here, though. This is the thing. See how it goes. I could try some Wanderer Farazan, but really, probably it's gonna be this. Then... Source sample. Good stuff. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Shoot. And here we go. Consume. Got some done, but this is going to be painful anyway, I imagine. Thanks. And let's take you down. Very, very nice. Tough. And 1, 2. Thanks. It's the right character, but still. I think this should be possible. It'll take a bit of... No, it's not all that type, honestly. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. Try to stay in my way. Not my problem. Oh, shoot. Okay, cool. And cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Thank you. 1 last puncture. Oh, really, where do you puncture that thing? It's all metal. Okay. Defeat the ones within time, 125 flowers. Why do they even give you flowers after? Be interesting if there was some way to use leftover flowers. It's probably why they do it, but 75 seconds, and we got all 10 stars. Fun. Okay. Basically perfect timing. I guess I'll do that. Yeah, on the Tulpa, I imagine. That other local legend tomorrow. It's damage taken. Yeah, because everything else was getting too stunned to really hurt me. It was the Tulpa hitting her. 22. And yeah, that on Capellius. It's nice being able to get all 10 stars. They're adding a reward, including an artifact juice next patch, which is crazy. It's the Boar Princess. But I really do appreciate Imaginarium Theater getting added. I suppose it does suck a bit for people who don't have built rosters or invested heavily in one singular character, but as someone who, again, was always more about horizontal investment over anything else, it made me happy, you know? Get to use a lot of characters who aren't going to get a lot of use in circumstances that are deliberately suboptimal to make things more interesting. Limiting the teams you can put together. Here we are, 43. Okay. See something. Should be picking up. How much? Escoffier uses Justice books. Got a good amount. Need to get conflict books for Aoife. That's right. Let's take them all. Lots of artifact juices, and it should be enough more to get Kaveh to max. Hopefully. Yeah. Won't be until next patch that I get any utility out of this, but finally, look at you. Okay. And lots of my fungi dust finally getting use. Since some of this in, and that means nothing basically. Burst damage is nice. Works on the whole team too. Painted Dome's the big one, really. Okay. Let's get 3 more poses that I've never used once. New tricks. First negotiation, not suspicious. Got the guitar, Rose, just Ganyu, and hat pose, that's fun. Got it. Cool pose. Kinda looking at Chongsheng. Fun enough, I'm surprised that didn't bring in Venti and that I didn't even have to. Okay. Can claim my 2 keys. So it's Dehya and Venti this patch. Again, I really screwed up by using it on the Kyoto one because I don't even have her level, and I could have been doing both Dehya and Venti's right now, but that's whatever. Who do I don't know, I'll go for Venti. Born successive checkpoints through animo particles generate a wind current animo particles. Do they mean Grana or? Gliding pullable floating bombs, attacking them cause them to explode. Torches extinguished one by one. Extinguished. Oh, because obviously you've got to use the bombs to keep it the torches, use the torches to infuse your burst swirl. That'll be fun when I do it, which is not now. Do you think we'd ever see A in the outside world again if there were this many swords to read or played? If you thought me, I for one rather doubt it. I have an idea. Let's tell her that we know a wonderful old domain full of light novels and tricolor dango. It's high time she got out of Tenchikaku for a bit. Yes, some dango monkey. They don't have it here. Well, don't look at the order one. That's your job. Sort it out. Where there's a will, there's a way. That was a pretty fun one. I don't see anything like the woven scrolls we have known around here. The books on the shelves are all fairy tales. I don't think I can learn anything useful from this material. I guess I'll just take a rock sample and analyze it back home. Rocks. Okay. Talk about the coffee candy. Before I go on a long journey, I tend to leave the children in the House of Hearts some homework to complete my absence. May them, however, simply play to their heart's content for most of the time I'm gone, then rush to get their homework done the final few days before my return. They believe I'm none the wiser, I've simply elected not to expose their chicanery. Prompt Caboon's work in a short time frame is a skill in its own right. And here we are. Perfect jump. Proceed with caution, assess the situation, fire command, shoot to kill. Clear rules and a battle plan are essential to any military operation. Sticking to these rules while exploring this domain will guard us against a lot of preventable accidents. But of course, if things escalate out of control, I will act as the last line of defense to secure enough time to make a decision on how to proceed. Thanks. Okay, so we got our rewards. We got reputation. We'll do that tomorrow. A lot of things I guess I'm doing tomorrow. TCG challenges and some world quests. And then reputation. Just remember to do envisaged echoes too, but whatever. That's 89 rolls, yeah. Basically I have just enough to reasonably guarantee Escoffier next patch rolls around, but I, again, am probably going to need a level of cash injection. We'll see. This was a fun one. Yeah. Nothing to really... Yep. Okay, cool. The question is, if I were to... What about a battle pass weapon would I even want to level this patch? This is what I get. Maybe the polearm? Maybe. No, it's probably going to be Wolfang. Probably pick it up between today and tomorrow. That would be nice. Haven't used Alhaitham in a while, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Thank you very much. Goodbye. This is Dragon.